Barbara Windsor.
What the
Danny
fuck?
Dyer's mother from EastEnders.
Right, that's it.
Maybe.
It was Barbara Windsor's
Yeah.
ashes in
Right,
that
right,
Earth.
right,
Is she
right.
even dead?
I don't know.
I don't know.
In this fictional world.
Yeah.
And how does she speak?
Oh, cheeky.
Oh, that's cheeky.
Get out my ass! House. She means house, but she says
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm speaking to you from the other side.
That's it. Nailed it.
How? What's going on? Oh, it's so cold and dark down here.
Barbara, I love doing the Carry On movies, the one where you got your baps out.
Oh,
with the bra
with
came
my
off.
bra flies off
Yeah.
and it hits someone in the face.
I love that. Thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
glad.
All right, Barbara, goodbye.
Wait, no, don't send me back. It's so cold and dark.
I could hide in this bar.
Someone says you can throw the crowbar, make him investigate.
Will he give a shit about this?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, try it. You can always go pick it up, right? Yeah, he's the one that goes to investigate, though. Perfect. Just fucking... Ben, you shot a gun. You can't just drag the body away.
But I have to. I hid it.
If this works, I'm going to be fucking absolutely mind blown.
I did the hide.
Get to the exit. There's an exit right down there. If this fucking works, I have no fucking comment.
Do not question. Let me cook, Harry.
I am letting you cook, sir. When you pulled out that gun and aimed at his head, I was like, there's no way Ben's doing that. He's just pranked. I was like, oh my... How did that work? How the fuck did that work?
Hey, Kirsty, come over here.
What? What is it?
This person likes podcasts.
Ooh, maybe they'd like our podcast.
If you like podcasts, why not give Kirsty and Bryony's Comfort Zone a listen?
We do highly professional interpretations of each other's dreams and sometimes have fun guests on too.
Every Saturday, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Disclaimer. Dream interpretation may not be professional at all. In fact, we have absolutely no idea what we're talking about. May contain mentions of bodily functions, secretions, and nudity.
Do you want to look as cool as this little gentleman? Well, you can with the Yogscast Varsity Hoodie. Look at it. It's got this gorgeous embroidered Y on it. Look at it, so fluffy. Want to make your arms feel pleased? Well, put on the hoodie. It's got long sleeves. Get yourself the Yogscast Varsity Hoodie today. Your arms won't hate you any.
Oh, thank you for the prime, Joshua Neal. He says I can do it, Lewis. He believes in the power of bet. Ah! I mean, you're clearly a fool too. But I appreciate the sentiment.
G'day, I'm Evan, and I'm just jumping in here to tell you about our show, Gamey Game, new to the Pickaxe Network. It's a comedy panel show about the latest in games.
Xbox Australia has partnered with Lynx deodorant to transform the feeling of leveling up into a fragrance.
Oh, that is a weird way to tell people to shower.
Yeah.
Featuring some of Australia's funniest comedians.
Have you ever wanted to dive into the world of competitive farming?
Press O for magic parkour.
I hate this game. I asked Evan why he made me play this, and he replied with, sometimes bad things happen to good people.
We've gotten off topic. No, we haven't.
Disagree.
Look up Gamey Game on your podcast app, or you can even watch the show on YouTube and Twitch.
This is maybe the worst episode of Gamey Game.
Really? No, there's been worse.
In all of its history.
There's definitely been worse.
I heard you were craving a new D&D podcast to obsess over. Cast Party is exactly what you're looking for. Picture this, Hollywood meets fantasy, as cast and crew members from an LA film set are whisked away to the enchanting realm of Fendrea. It all starts with a spell, a single line from a movie script, triggering a mind-bending plane shift that transports our party from a movie set to a world of magic, monsters, and mayhem. Join us as the cast and crew navigate this new reality, armed with powers they still don't know how to comprehend. Immerse yourself in this fully sound-designed podcast and enjoy the mishaps, the magic, and the unexpected friendships that form as they journey through a land they thought only existed in movies. If you're craving an adventure that is the perfect balance of comedy and tragedy, Cast Party is your next must-listen podcast. Find us on all major podcast platforms. Don't miss out on your new favorite D&D podcast. And
Okay, I don't want to walk straight into an ambush. I'm just gonna go. How was he hidden?
Welcome to the clips. Hello, everybody.
Hello!
Hello, everybody.
I stayed within the radius of our buildings. He was hiding in our base. Literally inside our fucking city. How did we not see him?
What do you mean we?
You're part of it.
Right?
Right.
Like a weird news
Is that
story.
viral?
Yeah.
All right. Be nice if this went viral.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hello. When do we shout?
We all just we're shouting.
Ad.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to
Ad.
this Final Fantasy VII ad stream. We're being sponsored today by Square Enix. Thank you so much, Square Enix. We have all come together today because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is out so soon. It's out very, very soon. And if you check out the link being posted in chat, you can get lots of information about it. We are here together in a kind of like roundtable style setting. In different corners of the world because we want to talk about our different experiences with Final Fantasy, whether you're a newbie or an oldie, and what we're looking forward to with what's coming in Rebirth. So do we want to go around and talk about our sort of like experience with the game? I can start.
Left to right.
Oh, wait, actually, no, Bouphe start.
Oh, great. We'll start with me.
Bouphe
Hello,
start.
my name is Bouphe. Welcome. So I am known as a retro streamer. That's how I like broke into the world of streaming. And I am a fake retro streamer because I have never played a single Final Fantasy game in my life.
She's just doing it
Not
for
one.
attention. She says she's
I'm just
retro
doing it
for
for
attention. Classic girl gamer.
I've played other
Fake gamer girl.
JRPGs. I know, right? I've played other JRPGs, but never Final Fantasy. Rosie was the one that she really enjoyed it, and I tried a couple of times to play it, and I never managed to get into it. So this is like the perfect opportunity to really give it a good go and like experience that story.
Did you ever play any other Square Enix JRPGs?
I can't remember.
I don't know
But
where
that's
I am.
great because I don't know where I am. I'm so old. But that's great because it means I can relive them over and over again.
I always like associate Square Enix with like the creme de la creme of JRPGs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, I am, I guess, like the sort of opposite of Bouphe, in the sense that I played Final Fantasy VII when it first came out in 1997, when I was just a small girl, and absolutely fell in love with it. Was just obsessed with it. Played most of the titles throughout the series, and have played the remake. And yes, I'm just very, very, very excited for Rebirth and all that it has to offer.
Hell yeah. Should I go next?
You should.
Okay. I was only, let me math quickly, 4 when Final Fantasy VII came out. So I didn't play it already.
Don't make me old. Don't make me
You're
old.
so old, Lids.
No.
You're so old.
So
No.
old.
No.
But I remember my older siblings had it on the PlayStation, and I would watch them play it, but I was never allowed to.
Why come you weren't allowed?
I was too young. I'd break the disc. I'd scratched them. I had to go
eat
and
the
play
disc.
Bugs Bunny Lost in Time and Monopoly instead.
That was your punishment for being young.
Yes.
Go play Bugs Bunny.
Go play Bugs Bunny.
Too young for
But
this.
so I never really played it. I did jump into Final Fantasy VII when it was released on Steam, though, and I got a fair bit of the way into it, but not. I did the classic me thing. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this.
Classic
but
me thing.
I spoilers. I got out of Midgar, and then I was on the world map, and I was like, I don't know where I'm going, and I ended up somewhere where the monsters were really strong, and then I got lost and I stopped playing.
Oh. Did you?
But I was loving it up until then.
Oh,
but,
it is overwhelming when you first go
yeah.
out into the open world. To be
Yeah,
fair.
definitely. Yeah. But I think it was just me being a silly goose, honestly.
Silly goose.
Because I have played other Final Fantasy games as well, and I love them. Like, I love the series. I've put thousands of hours into the MMO.
Oh my gosh,
And,
yes.
Yeah, and in sort of more recent years, because Final Fantasy was something that I didn't really play growing up, mainly, like I said, because I wasn't allowed to by my siblings, I sort of have gone back and started playing some of the older ones, but I haven't quite reached 7, so I was like, the remake, that could be a good place for me to be like, hey, I'm here and I want to play Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, open up the door.
Please, is there any part of the world map I can get lost on?
Perfect. Zylus, how about yourself?
So, I am also pretty new to the Final Fantasy franchise. I have only ever played 14, which is the MMO. I've played a lot of that, however. I grew up more with Western RPGs. I'm a big RPG player, but the JRPG genre is something that just never really got introduced to me when I was younger, and as I got older, I never really felt the need to try it out. But with having tried Final Fantasy 14 and having played it so much, I am very interested in trying it out more. So that's why I'm excited for this one, because this looks like it's a bit more up my alley.
How so I'm the opposite in the sense that I've never played Final Fantasy 14. Is there any throwbacks to the other games in it? How does it?
Yes.
Oh God, yes.
Oh, okay. Is there
Kirsty
really?
can speak to that more than I can.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of the really great things. Zylus is someone who's only played 14 and none of the others, whereas I've played 4, 6, part of 7, 8, 10, and part
all
of
the even
12.
numbers.
Yeah.
All of the even numbers.
So
scared of the
I'm scared of the odd numbers. I don't go near those.
I'm afraid of them.
But yeah, as you play through 14, so many of the bosses and the quests and the raid bosses and just everything, the raids, the dungeons, there's so many references. And in particular, a big thing of one of the most recent expansions and the post-patch content was a throwback to Final Fantasy IV. So
Oh,
everyone
cool.
that was playing it, I was like, please play Final Fantasy IV. It's my favorite. Please play it.
Oh, is that
You'll
your
understand so
favourite?
much. Yeah, it's my favorite. And it's like, you'll understand so many of the references. And there were points in the story where things happened that completely echoed things that happened in 4, where I was like, yeah, of course that was going to happen. And people were like, oh my God, I can't believe that just... And I'm like, yeah, that happened in 4. So yeah, like...
I think the nice thing about it, though, as the perspective of someone who didn't play the
Yeah, it's
games that they're
good on
referenced
both
to,
sides.
you
for
can
sure.
still follow it. And
Yeah.
like it's its own kind of story, even though it does a massive throwback. So yeah,
Absolutely.
Basically, what I'm saying is, I've absorbed some Final Fantasy lore through playing 14.
Osmosis.
Basically.
Through osmosis.
Through osmosis, yeah.
And through a lot of Kirsty and Lydia talking about it, like after the fact.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think I think it's apt to kind of talk about the first memories then of it, because for me, I was, gosh, how old are we, Bouphe?
We are 8.
We were 8 years old.
Right. We
I
are
am
8
8
right
years
now.
old, and
8 years old.
I think my brother would have my older brother would have been the one who was like, let's get this game. And I remember wandering around Wall Market and just being absolutely like enamored by it, because I'd never ever played anything. Well, I hadn't played much. I was 8 years old, and you know, back then you got a game for Christmas, and you know that was your game to play all year. So it's not like I hadn't played it a huge amount, but even then I just remember thinking like, holy moly, this is incredible. Because compared to we had a Mega Drive, compared to playing those games, it felt so like dense and so detailed, and I just immediately fell in love with the characters and just absolutely became obsessed with it. And yeah, I think my brother only played it for a bit, and I just completely took over. Yeah, that's like my first memory of just being like, I remember like you'd have like the cutscenes in Final Fantasy VII, which if you watch them now, the original, they're not looking what we're used to now. They ain't looking so fresh. But back then I remember being like, it's like looking at real life. How do they make these graphics so realistic? This is incredible. And I look at them now and it's like 3 pixels. But it was for 1997, it was insane. It was amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember like it's a different entire genre of games, but I had something very similar in this is a Western RPG on Morrowind, where I was like, oh my god, the water in this looks so real, and now I'm looking at it, it's so I know exactly what you mean.
It still holds up. It still holds up to the water in Morrowind, and there is
Yes,
I still talk about it on the subreddit. But it was a mind blowing sort of era for things happening, and like that particular game, I think was. Final Fantasy was one of the forerunners in that kind of thing, because I remember people talking about it, and while I never got to play it then, because it was my sister's friend that had it, so she would go round to her house to play it, and obviously I couldn't go. I'm not allowed. It's not my friend. I couldn't break in.
The weird older sister, can I come too?
It's true. And obviously, like it was when I wanted to rent it. It was a very popular game, and they didn't actually have enough to rent out. So it completely passed me by at the time. But Rosie would go on about it, and she was very much like, she was into it back then. And so I feel like I missed out on it, and it's something that, like when the time passes and it's like, oh, I'm too late, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to try and understand it, when there are people that pretty much nearly everybody has played some Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the person that's going, I don't know what's going on, and that everyone's making fun of me.
I would be laughing
I really
so
want you to
hard.
try one.
I might start with 4 now that Kirsty's saying it.
Four's my favourite. I won't talk about 4 too much because we're meant to be talking about 7. But
True.
I'll hear you
You're
up
allowed to
after,
talk
and I'll tell
about-
you everything great about Final Fantasy 4.
I think you're allowed to talk about it a little bit.
4's just a very, very basic, like, really true to the genre fantasy story. Like a lot of Final Fantasy, especially 7, has a lot of like the technology alongside the magic sort of element to it. And there's a bit of that to 4, like they have airships and stuff, but for the most part, it's big castle with a king in it, and we're gonna go and save the village, and it's good shit.
That's the stuff.
Did you play 9, Kirsty? Sorry.
I played a bit of 9. I did have 9, and I think I actually still have 9 for my PS1.
Yeah.
I played a little bit, but I didn't get very far.
Sacrilege.
That's the thing with me. I sort of start and I'm like, this is fun. I'll play more, and I don't play more.
What did you expect, Lids? It's an odd number.
Oh yeah! Oh my
It's an odd
god!
number.
What was I thinking?
I even have 7 and 8 on PlayStation on PS1, like in a double case, and I still haven't played it. I have it, and I still haven't played it.
I think
after
I
all
have
these
like
years.
2 copies of Final Fantasy 7 for PS1. But the problem is, I think one of them's missing the first disc, and the other one's missing the third disc.
Oh
And,
yes.
like, one's the special edition, and one's the regular edition. I'm like, do they go together? I don't know.
This was back in the time when even PlayStation games came on multiple discs.
Oh god, yeah.
Because they packed a lot of story in there.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, you wanted to make the most of it, but sometimes your discs got lost and spoiled. And
I think another reason why I never really I never really grew up with Final Fantasy games is my parents were always very hesitant with getting a console for us. So any gaming I did, even from a young age, I did on a computer. My first games I played on a floppy disk, you know. So I could be saying something. I could be saying something stupid here, but I'm pretty sure that the Final Fantasies didn't release on PC. They were PlayStation exclusive even back then, right?
Yeah, 7, 8, and 9.
So that would have been another reason why I never grew up with them.
Yeah.
So
sorry, Bouphe.
I do have so many questions about Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 7 because I know one character which is Cloud, and then there's a man's name that begins with S.
Sephiroth.
No,
Sephiroth. Strife is one, isn't it?
Strife
That's
is Cloud's
you
know which one I'm talking
Right.
about.
Cloud
though.
Strife. Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
And other than that, I know literally nothing at all.
I can talk your ear off about this.
I would love to know, like, is Final Fantasy VII, Lids, is it something that you can sort of just go into and learn about the characters and the story, like, as a standalone thing that makes sense throughout the series? Do you understand? Am I making sense?
As in, like, could you just dip in and play 7, but you haven't played 6 or 4 or any of those?
And does it tell you about the characters and like you learn enough about the characters?
Yeah, so it's very much like anthology, as in each one is its own contained story, contained characters. Like they'll have, like there's always a character called Sid who pops up, but they'll be like a different character. They're just called Sid, and things like that. But yeah, it's very, very self-contained. You could 100% pick up 7 and never have played another Final Fantasy. It's like it certainly has the sort of the JRPG flourish of being a bit nuts in terms of story and stuff. Like I think it took me until being an adult to really understand what was going on in it, because it is a bit crazy. But I don't know, like if anyone out there has experience with JRPGs but they haven't played Final Fantasy, like you'll immediately feel at home with it in the sense that it is just a bit bat crazy. It's crazy.
Bat crazy.
Crazy. Okay.
So, right, I have another question following on from that. So, right, is it the same Cloud and is it the same Sephiroth like all the way through, or is it just like characters that are that but they're in different sort of bodies?
So it's just Cloud and Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII. It's as in it's just them.
It's just them.
It's just them, and then in 8, it's totally different people. Cloud and Sephiroth aren't in it, so yeah, it's just them. And
they're not even in it.
They're not even in it. That's it. They're just in 7. And there's been all the little spindles that have come off. Like there's Advent Children, which was the movie, and there was Crisis Core, which is about Zack. So they've done like more, like branching off about that original story. But yeah, so it's 7 is that's where you get your Cloud. That's where you get your Sephiroth. And
That's where I've learned about this from. So I don't really know any of the other characters in any other game, but you can see that Final Fantasy VII has been the one that stuck in there. Somehow.
Yeah.
Seven is just such a big one, though, isn't it?
It's
I feel like 7 is always the one I hear the most praise about.
Oh yeah, definitely the most I think cult kind of iconic one.
The fact that it was the first 3D one as well, I think it just got such a lot of hype behind it. And then when stuff like 8 and 9 came out, it was like, but 7 was so good. 7, we love 7. And so so people tend to still talk about 7 so much with such high praise, and well deserved, because it's bloody good. But so are the others; they're all fantastic. But they're all generally set in their own little self-contained worlds, and have their own characters and stuff. And if they do a sequel, then it will be for 10, for instance, they had 10-2, and for 7 they have what Lydia said, all of those, a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was Cloud in right. I know. Right, I have so many questions.
No, go.
Was Cloud?
I love them.
Right, where does Kingdom Hearts come into this?
So Kingdom Hearts, I love the Kingdom Hearts series. Kingdom Hearts was a crazy fusion of Disney and Square, where you are visiting Disney worlds, but Final Fantasy characters are living there, and you get to hang out with them and do quests to do with them. But it's nothing to do with the canon, storylines that are happening in the actual Final Fantasy games.
You mean to tell me that Donald Duck never got to meet Sephiroth, IRL?
I mean, he might have.
They never got to hang out.
I don't. They would.
Is Sephiroth a bad guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And Cloud is a good guy.
And he's a nice man. And Sephiroth is a bad man, but
not a nice man,
but a badass man though. His whole
a very beautiful man.
He's beautiful. His whole character design, his music, Sephiroth, the whole sort of grandiose aura around him. I think he was the first bad guy that I ever saw in a game and was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I love him.
She's saying that she has a crush on him.
I want to love him. Okay.
I could fix him.
I can fix him.
And his mummy issues.
Oh, he's got some serious mummy issues. God bless him. Don't we all? Don't we all?
This is a question for you, Kirsty. Because there's a Sephiroth in Final Fantasy 14. Is that the same one as
Are you
from
talking
7?
about the containment bay?
Yes.
Boss. So that's Sephiroth, and Sephiroth is based
they're
on.
Different.
Yes, Sephiroth in Final Fantasy 14. In Final Fantasy 14, there are 3 trials that you can go into. They're called the Containment Bay. They probably have another name, but Containment Bay, whatever. And one of them has a boss called Sephiroth, and he's big and chunky, big, large man. But he is based on 3 deities from Final Fantasy 6.
Okay.
He has nothing to do with Sephiroth.
Okay. Just very similar names.
Yeah. They just have
Sephiroth, did you say?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that one ends with a T.
Warring
I
Triad,
imagine
that's
the
the one.
character
Thank
ends
you,
with
chat.
an
Yes,
H.
the Warring Triad. There are 3 of them, and they are deities from Final Fantasy VI, which Kefka uses to, spoilers, take over the world.
Right.
I still need to play.
So there you go.
That was interesting.
Thank you, Kirsty. You're going to be our resident Final Fantasy Final Fantasy 14 lore expert, because that's I'm just completely I don't know about any of that.
It's not
stuff.
very handy on a 7 stream, but I'll try my best.
I mean, are there any 7 references in 14?
There's not been many, really. You can get Cloud's hair.
Yeah, but that's it.
And you can get Cloud as a triple triad card. But other than that, I don't think there's a great deal. But with all of the remakes and things coming out, hopefully they'll do some sort of crossover at some point. That would be wild. That'd be very cool. But yeah.
As newcomers, Bouphe and Zylus, what makes you excited to play the new one coming out?
Zylus, do you want to take?
Sure. So, I'm a big RPG fan, and from having seen the trailer and some of the gameplay footage that has been shown, it is very much in line with the kind of games that I enjoy to play by myself when I'm not playing with friends. So for me, it feels like, with the fact that I'm already so into 14 and all the stories behind that, just getting a glimpse into the story of a different game within the Final Fantasy franchise, this seems like a perfect way to do it, because it's the type of gameplay that I enjoy, with modern graphics, and I kind of am a sucker for graphics. I hate to admit it. So it for me, it's just a great way to get myself immersed into this story that I would like to know more about, but that I don't yet.
That has helped with the Final Fantasy VII references before we go too far away from that question, which I messed up. So the Gold Saucer is an area you can go to in 14, which I completely forgot about.
Oh, true.
I love the
Gold Saucer is literally an area from 7, and the fact that you can affix materia to all of your gear as well is a 7 thing.
Yes, I love
and
the
apparently there's
materia.
some music as well. Obviously the Gold Saucer track.
Apparently there's music.
There's music that was in 7, apparently.
I love the music from 7. It's amazing. Sorry, Bouphe.
The Gold Saucer's track is literally the same. It's really cool.
It's so fun and upbeat.
so
I love it.
No.
Anyway,
Well,
continue, Bouphe. I'm so sorry.
No, that's one of the things that I'm quite keen on talking about is the music in general in 7. But I'm quite excited to try Rebirth, having missed out on it all the way up to now. How long has it been? How many decades has it been since?
Let's not talk about that.
Well, since 1997.
No, oh my god!
Don't say it.
So I missed it. I missed out on it. Yeah, and I missed out on it. And the thing that people talk about, they talk about it all the time. It's the one, Final Fantasy VII is the one that people really connected with. And I don't know whether it's just because it's our generation or something, but they don't talk about it just because it's old and it's a nostalgia thing. People go back and play it, and it's, it had a remake and it came out again, and people still talked about it. So this Rebirth is like an opportunity for me to actually go back and play it without having to mess around with stuff. It's there, and it's got the good graphics, and like Zylus says, it's the kind of thing that I can see myself sitting down and playing just on my own, when I'm not streaming, and just enjoying to try and take it in and enjoy it for the first time on my own. So that's quite exciting in a way.
It's cute.
Yeah,
it's cute. I with 7, I think for fans of it, it was always a case where they were begging Square to do a remake of it for years and years. And I remember every single E3, it would be come on, do the announcement that you're going to do a remake. And I remember they sort of one year they did a teaser of the intro cutscene with Aerith, where she has the materia and the green glowing light and stuff, and everyone was losing their mind. But it turned out it was it was showing off what the PS4 could do or something like that. It was a PS3 tech demo, so everyone was losing their minds. And it was it's not actually the thing. And I think they did a couple more announcements where it was we are putting it on the PlayStation, not PlayStation, sorry. The PC and things like that. And every time it would be and I remember when they actually did the announcement for this remaster, the one we're talking about today, I'm pretty sure I cried. I was so excited. The first time playing it was just insane. It is amazing. So in terms of with how this works with the remake, what they've done is so the original Final Fantasy VII was on, 3 discs, and it's a big old RPG. They are releasing it in chunks. So they've had the first one, now Rebirth is coming out. And when they first announced that, I was kind of apprehensive because it felt I don't know. It's you got to wait, and how are they going to split it up? But to be fair, after playing the remaster, they've just done so much detail, and there's so much to do that it is literally a full-on massive game. Just so the first bit is Midgar, so where you got up to basically, Kirsty, when you played it, that is the first bit, and they've just fleshed it out and made it so beautiful and so much to do, and added side quests and more relationship building and things like that. It's just amazing. I think it's such a good game on its own that you can be a newbie to the series and be oh, this game is amazing. And sorry,
correct me if I'm wrong, right? But the new games that are coming out, so the one that's already been released, Rebirth is coming out, and the third installment that we don't know when that's happening yet. They are not remasters, they're remakes.
They're
right?
remakes, remakes.
Yeah, so there's more content than in the original game and more stuff added. Yeah, okay.
So yeah,
But that's interesting for a returning player then, because you get to see more than you initially did.
100%. It's still like really faithful. It's not like they've taken artistic license and they've just gone, okay, so it's based on Final Fantasy VII. We're gonna do whatever we want. It's still very like faithful to the original story and what happens, but they're just able to flesh it out so much more. And like where it was just a little passing storyline on the PlayStation 1 because they had so much little space and things to work with, where now they can really flesh everything out, and a little bit in the original is now like a massive chunk in the PS5 version, and etc. etc. So yeah,
So I imagine you can really tell it's like a labor of love.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
I guess like if when you played it through the first time, you were like, I wish I knew more about that. I wish I could do this and go there. The people that made that game or the people that loved that game back then were like, why don't we do that then?
Yeah.
Let's try it. Let's give it a go and see where it takes us, and like really build on those things that they enjoyed back then as well.
Yeah, it must be wild for the people working on it. Like I imagine to be like, if you're a huge fan of the original game and to be like bringing it to life, and it must be so cool. And I'm so interested to see going forward how they like handle some of the things coming up. This is a spoiler-free stream, but there are interesting things on the horizon, which I'm very excited to see. And like things like how they'll do the Gold Saucer and stuff, like Gold Saucer on the PlayStation 1 version.
So cool to see.
Yeah, like that on its own on the PS1 was like, what? This is amazing. You can do these little mini games. You can go on a date.
There's mini games.
There's little mini games.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Chocobo racing.
Chocobo racing and the
But
snowboarding.
see, I know about chocobos vaguely.
Oh, they're lovely.
And I know about the little cactuar men. Are they in? Are they in it? Okay,
yeah,
so
they're evil.
'cause these are things that I have.
They're good boys.
I have they've seen in my peripheral vision.
I've seen them in the distance.
Oz has a little cactuar toy that Leroy likes to sleep next to. He's a very good boy. And Chocobo, how could I forget? How could I not talk about Chocobos?
I love the Chocobos. Yeah, you're breeding and Chocobo breeding in 7. That sounds weird when I keep saying it over and again. Breeding. Breeding. But that was cool, like making the different in the original, doing making babies and then going over in different parts of the map and stuff. And how are they going to deal with like weapon and things? There's just lots of interesting things that are coming, which I'm so excited to see how they handle it. However, I don't think you have to be as much as a nerd as I am for it to still appreciate that it's a good game. It's good stuff.
It's a very good game.
Right, so we've got some little bitty bobs. What is the general gist of the storyline? Sum it up in 5 words.
This is a question that I ask. Can you sum up? I mean, you can sum up the storyline in more than 5 words, right? But I was thinking like Final Fantasy VII. What 5? I should have made it 7 words.
Oh,
what 7 words? Can you like bring to mind?
All right.
Do they need to form a sentence, or can they just be words?
Just throw me some words. Give me some words.
It's like their own little stop oil. Was that what those people are called? They're environmental terrorists. Eco warriors. Is what I'm trying to say. Can it all be one word? Eco warriors.
That's one word.
Okay.
Right.
God. All right. Kirsty, you want to do the next one? To start with the first one.
Okay, I've got eco warriors. Wait, that's one word. Eco warriors kill God with the power of friendship. Of didn't count.
That's right. Okay.
No, that's a filler word.
So eco warriors kill God with the power of friendship.
I'm gonna say that.
Oh,
having not played the entire game.
I'm stealing it from chat. Lysander says eco-terrorism turns intergalactic catastrophe.
Right.
Is a great way of saying it. It basically starts off with them trying to save the world. It's being polluted and ruined with Mako energy. And then Sephiroth comes along and he's like, I want to kill everyone. I've got mummy issues. Let's go, baby. And then it's basically trying to stop him from killing everyone.
Why does he want to kill everyone? Is he just real angry?
He's just very unhappy.
Oh, he's got a lot of rage. He finds out things about himself and he gets really angry. And he's like, I'm going to kill everyone because I'm really angry.
So upset.
I'm really...
I'm so upset.
I'm really miffed.
I'm really miffed off. So yeah, that's probably the most succinct way. I mean, that's not succinct. It's terrible. But, yeah.
I do have a question about the combat and how it works and stuff. And I don't know whether it would be different in. I don't know whether it's different from the original as it is in Remake and Rebirth and the third one. But is it like that turn-based thing that I have played? So Lydia knows that I've played Grandia, and Lydia knows Grandia. Is it similar combat to that?
So the original?
Yeah, because I mean we haven't played Rebirth yet.
So the original, let me think how it compares to Grandia's. It's very turn-based. Grandia, you do move around more, don't you? You kind of like, it's a little bit more of a 3D plane of like...
Yeah, it's like 2.5D.
Yeah.
Really.
Whereas Final Fantasy VII is more like everyone's in a neat line and they wait their turn.
They wait their turn.
They wait their turn
to punch like things.
Good proper fighters. But yeah, but it is turn-based, which I have and I'm sure you do as well, such a soft spot in my heart for. Like I do love turn-based, especially when you're a kid. It was like you got time to like breathe and think about what you were doing, and it was less stressful.
There's strategy behind it.
With Final Fantasy, though, sometimes I feel like I don't. I'm like, are they going to attack me while I'm thinking? So I need to remember to go into a certain menu so they don't
Turn
jump
it
on
off.
me.
Leave me alone. I'm thinking.
Don't touch me. I need to think.
I remember when I was a kid, I actually hated doing any kind of fighting in games because I'm such a pacifist, and I just like the storyline and the pretty girls and things like that. And I would actively run. I'm literally doing that, like, because you hold down L2 and R2. I would run away from every single battle because it was like, oh, scary. I don't want to fight. I just want to do the lovely storyline. And then you'd get to a point and you would just absolutely wiped out, and you'd basically like hard lock the game for yourself because it's like, well, guess I'll die every time because my level 2 cloud is just getting destroyed by this level like 18 monster or whatever.
Oh dear.
But then I got older and realized you have to do the battles.
You have to fight.
You have to fight.
You have to fight.
You have
it's a big
to.
thing. So is there like types of like enemy, and because I guess like there is magic in it, right? And so is there like elements and stuff?
Yeah, so with the Final Fantasy series is interesting because they sort of mix it up with each one that comes out. 8, there was something called junctioning, which is very complicated, and we'll just move on quickly from that. But then there's 9, which is like you equip weapons, and those weapons teach you something and abilities. Whereas 7 was, and you had your set abilities anyway. But 7 was materia. So you would buy materia from shops and you attach it to your character, and they learn that ability. So anyone can learn cure, and anyone can learn fire, and anyone can, it was very much like customizable with your characters. But saying that, there still were sort of type classes, like Ares is a healer, and Cloud is like big sword damage, and Barrett is distance because he's got the arm gun and things like that. So yeah, there's definitely the strategic of sense of like making sure you have the correct party. I think it's a party of 3 is the limit in 7, versus whatever your enemy is in terms of like, well, if it's a fire enemy, you're going to want to have someone who's got really good blizzard magic, or, you know, if it's someone you can't physically reach, like melee, you're going to want someone who's got good distance and things like that. So yeah, it was a step away from like the job system of earlier Final Fantasies is a good way of putting it. So yeah, it was strategic in that sense. Like you couldn't just have like, you know, like, oh, I always liked having the girls in the group. But sometimes you know, that didn't work out. You needed the other characters for like a proper balance and things like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that was the thing, like with Final Fantasy, like each game generally seems to have its own system, and they really sort of mix it up between games. So even from like 1 to 2, like it's just wildly different. And again, like when I say like 4 is very basic, it is pretty straightforward in terms of just leveling up and equipping the right items. And then you go to 8, and it's like technically you don't even need to level up. You can just junction this, and you'll have insane stats, and you can one-shot everything, and it's just completely different. So it's kind of fun to learn the different ways of playing between the Final Fantasy games, I think, for sure. And the materia system is a really good one. I really like it.
I love the materia system. I will fight to the death if anyone says junctioning is better, because they're wrong. Are you a junctioning fan, Kirsty?
No.
Good.
So me and Rythian played through Final Fantasy VIII together. We co-streamed it, and whenever it came to junctioning anything, I was like, your turn.
Yeah, 100%.
Have fun.
No thanks.
I'm not doing that.
I didn't understand
So
it.
the materia system is unique to 7, you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how is it different? Question to Kirsty again. How is it different to the materia system in Final Fantasy 14?
In 14, you are equipping materia to buff your stats.
Yes.
Like, you have set stats like tenacity and whatever the heck, piety. So if you want to up that to get the good stats for, like, doing raids, then you have to equip certain materia. Whereas in 7, it's like, here is a materia that lets you cast Cure. Here is one that lets you cast... I've forgotten every spell in Final Fantasy. Gravity.
Oh, will do.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it's
they're
it's a
pretty
spell
different.
system
Yeah,
rather than a
it's
stat
not
system.
just technically for spells. I think Lydia will probably be able to elaborate. Like, there's other stuff I think that you can use materia for, but all of the spells, I think, generally are based on materia.
Okay.
Yeah, I found it probably the easiest to understand as a kid. I think 8 just confused me. 9 took me a little while to understand that, like, even if I wanted to switch to a better weapon, I should wait until I'd like maxed out that weapon. But with 7, it was very much like, I attached the ice, and now I'm getting better at my ice magic is getting stronger. Like, it was a lot more like simple for my small underdeveloped brain. And my old underdeveloped brain as well. But obviously with the remake, the combat is it's
completely different.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
It's modernized. It's fast action, and it's not turn-based anymore, and things like that.
Right. So it will be more sort of what we're used to in terms of RPGs like Morrowind, maybe, where you
maybe a little bit more fast paced than Morrowind.
Hey, Morrowind is very
There's no
fast
dice
paced.
rolling as far as I'm aware.
Fair enough.
We'll keep circling back to the great Morrowind.
We know Morrowind.
Yeah,
right?
we do. We know Morrowind.
Morrowind.
But I mean, like, in that sense, like, you have at least. I mean, it's different in the way that you'll have a party in Final Fantasy, whereas in other RPGs you have like followers at most, and they just sort of like go. Yeah, they just go and do their own thing at enemies and stuff. Whereas, do you get to see? This is something else that I'm interested in the Rebirth. Will you get to control each member of your party, or will it be just kind of similar in that sense? You stay one person.
I think it's been a while since I played. You control Cloud, but you can control. You can like go. You can switch and be the others during combat and things like that. Am I remembering right, chat? But you're mainly just controlling Cloud. Or am I being a dum-dum?
That sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, in combat you can switch, but I tended to just stick as Cloud anyway, because he's a lovely boy. He's a lovely man.
That leads me on to another question for all three of you as well.
Okay.
Okay, so what in games is your favorite strategy for taking on enemies and leveling up and stuff?
I tend to bash my head against the fight until I win.
Yeah. Give yourself brain damage.
And especially when I'm streaming, if people come in and they're like, you should be doing it this way, I'm like, no. I'm going to struggle until I win.
I like that. I like that strategy, because Lydia's strategy was to just run away, and that obviously didn't work very well.
No.
It
Not at
depends on
all.
the kind of game for me. Like, it's something that I can just do over and over and over again until I finally get it. That's generally my preferred method of doing it.
So do you approach it kind of like a puzzle to be solved? In
Yes.
the sense of like,
Yes,
I
very
see
much
these
so.
problems, and what if I try this, this, and this, and if that doesn't
Yeah.
change that?
Yeah. So, 14 is a good example for it. Like, the fights in 14 are very graphic in the sense of like, if a mechanic is happening that you need to dodge or, you know, that you need to keep in mind, they very much indicate this is how it works. This is how, you know, this is where you need to run away from. This is what you need to do. And they repeat those things in multiple different fights in different ways. So my main thing is like, can I understand this mechanic? Yes, good. And now I can like move on from it. So I tend to apply that same kind of mindset to any kind of game that has something like that, which I imagine Final Fantasy VII will as well.
I realized as well, I tend to like the more chaotic methods as well. I don't know if there's anything like it in 7 so much, but every Final Fantasy after a certain point, I want to say like 5 or 6, I haven't played 5 so I wouldn't know, they have the blue mage of the group, which is the one who's, you know, like stealing spells from monsters and stuff, and they can recast them. And in 6 particularly, there's a character you can have Mog, who's a Moogle, and he dances, like he learns dances, and he'll just do a little dance, and then he'll just cast crazy spells with his dances, and they're completely random, and he just keeps dancing until he dies. You can't control him anymore. And
Until
I'm
he
like, hell
dies?
yeah, get him in every time. I love him.
Get that dancing man in.
Get that dancing man in, and he saved my life so many times. We started calling him. Well, I called him Mogbert, but I called him Pogbert because he was just so poggy. I was pogging every time I watched him dance.
Nice.
But that's really a shout out to Pogbert. Hell yeah. But yeah, like chaotic characters like that just do their own thing. I love being able to experiment with them and just let them run loose, and just it makes really fun moments. Like, because we played through 6 as well, me and Rythian, there was so many times when all was lost, everyone was dead, but Mogbert was still dancing away.
No.
And it was like, we're so screwed. He's on 1 hit point, and then he casts some ridiculous spell, wins the whole fight, everyone's dead. And that is just like the best. I love that. So yeah, that's my strategy. Either bash my head against it or do something stupid.
Or get
I guess
dancing.
they've so things like this, that there are a lot of these little things that you might not think about even existing. The fact that exists never even occurred to me. Like the fact that something like that exists.
A big dancing
And it's-
boy.
You could also have a Yeti in your party in 6.
See,
Just
all
a
the
Yeti. He's
stuff.
just a Yeti from a cave. It's like, you want to join us? He's like, grrr. And he's like,
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Brilliant. I love that. Because, I mean, my strategy in things like Pokemon, it was never any of the like, oh, you know, lower their stats, get your stats up. I was always just like, hammer them until they die. Just keep going. Like, I'd take brute force over anything else. But then in like other RPGs, I really like, I usually go like stealthy, sneaky, and
Stealth Archer.
Stealth Archer.
But I always love to be a mage if I can possibly get my hands on any magic. So it'll be interesting to see what what tactics I kind of end up following in this one. 'Cause I never really have like a, this is what I always go for sort of thing.
Yeah. I think as an adult going back and playing Final Fantasy VII, I think my strategy changed a lot in the sense that I became one of those really like almost like obsessive with it, in the sense that I don't know if others do this with when you're playing an RPG. Like I would have my grinding time, so I would be like, okay, I'm not allowed to go to the next village until all the characters are 5 levels up. So you just
how
run,
Rydian plays.
yeah, you run around in a circle, just doing, and in the end, you're barely even paying attention anymore. You're like watching TV. So I would always be way overpowered, and also never, ever. I hate using items up. I hate it. I will
save them all to the last fight and then
don't use them. And then don't use them. Like the anxiety of being like, oh my God, I've got to use an ether. No, but what if I need it later? Even though it's at that time, which I have absolutely no MP and I like desperately need it. So I think I think the older I get, the more like almost like anal about it of like, now it is time to level up and I must have this many items. And like when you buy items, they've got to be, I have to have 50 of everything. So if I've run it out, I've got to go and retop those up. It almost becomes a bit like
very similar.
Yeah, like doing it like.
I had a thing where if I ran into an enemy, I had to fight them no matter what. Like it would be my thing. Like, oh no, I'm really really low on HP or something from the last battle. But unfortunately ran into an enemy.
You gotta.
I gotta fight.
Fight.
It's like I was in the zone. I get into it and I role play it in that sense of like, well, there's no running away. You can't do it. I wouldn't be able to really get away if I'm feeling like crap after that one.
Yeah. Oh, the opposite. I'm so you.
Boy.
I'll be level 2 forever.
I remember when I played Final Fantasy VII originally. It's funny, like looking back when you're a kid and you do stuff because you're just dumb. Like I got to a point in the game where there's a section where you're in a prison in the desert and you have to keep walking right across the screen to get to like continue the story. But I just didn't understand that I had to do that. And like I'm pretty sure there are NPCs you talk to who probably say, well, keep going right and you're fine, blah blah blah. And I even had a magazine, because also the internet didn't exist back in the 1800s, and I read that like it said go right, and I didn't understand what that meant. And I understood the concept of going right, but I kept running in like the wrong place. I don't know how that's possible, but over and over and over again, where a giant worm thing would kill me, and to the end I was like, I'm stuck. I can't play anymore. This game is broken. It's not like I could just Google it, or like there was no one I could check with. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I can't do this bit. And
this is very similar to what happened to me.
Yeah.
And I was telling Rydian about this yesterday because we were talking about how far I'd gotten into Final Fantasy VII. And I said I got to a desert and there were very strong monsters and I died. And he was
it a big worm thing?
Well, to be honest, I don't remember, but I feel like there was something like that, like something really strong, but it wasn't a big desert. It was a small patch of desert. I know, so it wasn't the one where you have to go right.
I know exactly where you got to, because you were meant to go to the chocobo farm and get a chocobo to run over it, but you just ran through it, so you got killed.
I just ran through it. But Rydian was like, yeah, I know where you are. You're supposed to go right. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, that's not long after you first go to the Gold Saucer. And I was like, I never got to the Gold Saucer.
Oh.
That's not the desert. It was a lot further back.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember if you went to Calm, like the little village afterwards where you have the big, sort of flashback of everything? Or was it just literally ran out and got murdered?
I don't remember. The only thing I really remember is like the port town where there's like a parade of the soldiers.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, but that's later on.
I did that.
How did you play this video game, Kirsty? What order?
I don't know. I'm very chaotic. I don't know where I am.
You did tune on.
There are soldiers here.
I'm so confused. But it's funny though, because back in the day, like, gamers these days don't know they've got it made. Like, if you got stuck, that was it. Like, you couldn't. You might be able to go out to the newsagents and buy a magazine and hope that magazine had like a walkthrough or something like that. Mm-hmm. But if it didn't, like, what could you do? You were just stuck. I literally went back to Final Fantasy.
tell them about Morrowind.
Oh, go. Yeah. Oh,
So
God, I mean,
there are no quest markers or
No,
anything, and
nothing.
you'd get some vague pointers, some vague directions from the person next to the guy who gave you a quest. Who would be like, so you need to follow over 2 hills and then go left at the tree.
yeah.
And it was never a simple way of getting there. And I didn't know that there were strategy guides. That wasn't a thing.
I mean, it was just the early days of gaming in general, in RPGs. Like, they didn't really come up with the aspect of quest markers on the map or like quest indicators on anything. Like, this is just how things were, and you just had to deal with it. Like, I remember I still have somewhere an old cartridge of Pokemon Red, like the original one, that has a character that's just stuck in the cave that you need Flash for. Without a Pokemon in the party that has Flash, and it's just stuck there. I just gave up on that at one point.
And was trying to bump your way around through
I just
the
couldn't
cave
figure it out.
and couldn't
I actually did, I think. In Pokemon Yellow, I got through Dark Cave without using Flash. I just brute forced it for the longest time until I got through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how games used to be back in our day.
I remember specifically my sister, like Ignivis in chat said about calling very expensive phone lines. Yeah, for games like Zelda, I know that my sister used to call the Nintendo hotline constantly, and she must have racked up such a bill calling this hotline.
Oh wow! It was
she just wanted someone to talk to.
Please,
she was just very
so
lonely. It was like a $5 a minute or something like that. It was extortionate. God, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh my god!
But yeah, it was hard being a gamer back in the day. It was hard
to phone people
to call someone. Sorry.
So
Bouphe.
how did you find out about Final Fantasy? Like, what was your first? Like, oh, this is a video game. Where did it come from? Where did it come from for you?
So I remember. So like I said, my brother, I can't exactly remember if it was like we rented it from Blockbuster or if my brother asked for us to have it for Christmas. I can't remember. Like, he must have seen it in a magazine because back then it was just like, that's how you found out about new games. You'd get a gaming magazine.
That or word of mouth.
Or word of mouth, right. So he must have read about it or heard about it and we got it. And then I became, super obsessed with it. And then I remember 8 came out and I thought that 7 led on to 8. Oh, it's on Mr. Tabs. There's 2
Mr.
cats
Tabs
on this stream. We're so blessed.
Unbelievable.
Lucky.
I thought that 8 was the continuation of 7, like you were saying earlier, like that Cloud was going to be an 8 kind of thing. So when I first played it, I was super confused about what the hell was going on, but obviously eventually realized that was the case. And then 9 came out on my birthday and I got it for my birthday and I was so happy, and I still remember how it was wrapped up and what wrapping paper it had. And yeah, so for me it was like Final Fantasy VII just absolutely kicked off this sort of like kind of an obsession. I was actually obsessed with it. Like, I used to speak out the characters' voices because it wasn't voiced back then. I used to give them all different voices, and I even used to, when I got a bit older, I used to record the songs onto my little brick phone, like, and so I could listen to it when I left the house. I was very lonely as a
listening
child.
to One Winged Angel on the way to school.
Well, we got Dad to tape Spyro soundtracks onto tape and mini disc.
So good.
Cute.
So we didn't know how to do it, so he would plug like the aux cable in. It would go into the mini disc player, and he'd record that, and I'd take it to school.
Cute.
So cool. Because they were songs back then. They were so good though, weren't they?
Oh my god,
so
the music of 7 is amazing. I've been to the like orchestra performances of it like 2 or 3 times now, and they're always just absolutely stunning. They're I actually sat behind one time the guy who Nobuo Uematsu, the guy who wrote all the music. Distant World, that's it. I sat behind him, which was really cool. I just kept looking at the back.
Like on the tube, on the bus.
Actually, at the performance, he coincidentally was sitting in front of me.
Lydia managed to get on the stage.
Yeah. Just coincidentally he was in the audience and I was sat behind him. It was like this weird coincidence. Like they even they put a light on him and he like stood up and I was like, ooh, I'm behind you. So yeah, that was cool. The music in it is amazing. Like I play a lot of the music on my streams, like from the OSTs. Seven is my favorite, definitely in terms of like music, without a doubt. It's my favorite soundtrack to a game ever. I sent it to Tej. I have a review I wrote of Final Fantasy VII, which is kind of funny. Which I wrote.
I think I've heard about this.
Yeah,
before.
I tweeted it before. It's but for anyone on who's watching the stream who hasn't seen it before, I can't remember how old I was. I think I must have been about like 9 or something like that. Probably about 25. And it's I'm pretty sure it's all like Comic Sans and word art and every letter being different colors and stuff like that. But it's funny looking back at it. I don't know if we can get it on screen or not. But it's funny. There we go.
Oh my God.
The story. The story is firstly, Cloud helps a bunch of terrorist action groups. That's Big and Wedge and Barrett. They try to eliminate the president, who is the bad guy. Along the way, Cloud meets Ariel. Apparently, he meets a Disney princess. The president ends up being killed by Sephiroth. Sorry, spoiler alerts. And the president's son, who is just as mean, becomes president. I've never finished the game, but guesses are that Cloud defeats Sephiroth and ends up with Ariel. So,
Marks out of 10. I thought this game was very good and at the time had amazing graphics. I liked it very much. And out of 10, I'll give it space.
8 out of 10. What's annoying?
I haven't finished it, but I still give it 8 out of 10.
I haven't finished it. What's annoying is the top, which is cut off, says I don't know why I cut it off. It's the best bit.
Mean.
It says like Sephiroth is the bad guy, and boy is it's meant to say and boy is he mean.
Boy is he.
It does and boy is he mean.
Boy is he mean.
God, I had a way with words. So
I just love the rainbow font as well.
Yeah, it's great. So good.
This is so 90s. This is so 90s.
What are you talking about? It was written last week.
I did this last week.
This marked Lydia's first, like, she was breaking into game journalism.
This is,
from this point on. She was like, this is what I want to do.
This is it. This is my passion.
This is my passion. I know what I need to do now.
Just a young 21-year-old ready to take on the world. But yeah, it makes me kids are dumb. Kids are dumb. But
I'm sorry, this was very well put together. It explained a lot to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who Ariel is, but this is
Kotaku, eat your heart out.
yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think I started writing reviews for like 8 and 9 as well, but I didn't finish them either. So what a wasted career.
I think you should finish them.
Yeah, go back and
please finish.
Go back and junction some GFs.
Oh yeah,
have a lovely time.
See
if Cloud actually defeats Sephiroth and gets up with Ariel.
We still don't know.
I mean, it's dumb. It's dumb. But I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to play the remake and see what that review is talking about.
I want to know what all of this is about. So I mean, oh well, yeah. But I mean, I was gonna ask. So there's remake, rebirth, and then there's the third one that hasn't been. It's not come out just yet.
No, it's announced it will happen. But
yeah, it's gonna happen, but it's not. We don't know when. But would it be like? Can I play rebirth without playing the remake?
Yes, you can. So it's an interesting one. Absolutely, it's like. Square Enix, I think, have made like a big point of wanting it to be a case where you can just jump in. That if you say, "Oh, that game looks cool," and they're on the third one, that you don't have to go back and buy 1 and 2 if you just want to try out 3. I think it's. I think a big goal of it was to make it like, accessible if you just want to jump in.
That's way more accessible, especially if maybe you don't have the money at the time to spend the money on all three, but you can afford one of them.
Exactly.
You can jump in, or if you don't have the time, maybe it'll be like, this has sparked a new passion of mine into playing Final Fantasy, and I want to play them all now. And it's like maybe looking at 3. It's like if you're looking at a trilogy of movies. If you're looking at Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, and you look at Star Wars and you think, oh my god, there's so much going on, and I don't know what to take. I can't take it in. Like, will I understand any of it? Who are these people? What's going on? Looking at a trilogy of movies might be too much to, like, I don't understand who these guys are if I haven't watched the first one, so I'm just not going to bother.
Yeah.
But it's not, they've made it more accessible for people like me.
yeah 100%. I think because it makes sense, right? If they are, they're going to have to release this in chunks, like you don't want to have to put off a ton of people from playing it because it's like, oh, I don't know what's happening. So I mean, obviously we don't know just yet because the game's not out for, how many is it, like 2 weeks or something like that, but I'm sure they'll 28, yeah, so I'm sure they'll do a good job of sort of recapping and making sure that it is accessible and doing like a sort of very like tutorial based beginning where you learn, but still accessible for people that have played the first one. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they go about doing that. But yeah, do you think you would just jump into Remake or Rebirth, or would you start from the beginning?
I think I'm tempted to go for Remake.
Yeah, so am I. I have not played any of them either.
And it's just like hearing more and more about Rebirth in general has made me go, I kind of want to try out the Remake first, like before I jump into it. But knowing that I don't have to it's like a relief.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, I agree. We are actually going to be checking out the demo of Rebirth today.
Yes. Demo.
Because I think there's a pretty decent demo out at the moment. I think it's about, I mean, we won't be doing the whole thing today, but I think it's about an hour long. So if you are interested in the game and you want to give it a little try, there's like a really generous demo to get stuck into. And I believe Kirsty's gonna, it's like 2 hours. It's like 2 hours.
Oh, damn.
That's crazy.
That's super, super generous.
That's like an entire game for some games.
Yeah, exactly. That's amazing.
They're just giving this away as a demo.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Remember the day of demo discs? That's how you would try
get them in
games
like
out.
a cereal box.
Yes.
You are.
But yeah, so bye Brenda.
No, she's not going anywhere. She's falling off.
She's falling.
This is the problem.
Help me.
She's farted.
Oh, good girl. Better out than in.
Smelly egg.
Get it out. Get it out, Brenda. So we'll be watching Kirsty play the demo. And this will be your first time playing the remake.
Any remake of the game at all,
which is cool. Do we want to sort of jump in?
Yeah, you guys can just talk over it, I guess. Like,
Yes.
I'll
Scream.
chat as well. Why not?
I'll
Just a
just
little scream.
Nice.
Right, I'm going to unmute the sound so we might hear. There we go. I've not actually launched this yet, so hopefully it will.
No pressure.
No
Kirsty,
pressure.
says
I will be judging. Rydian, I have no idea what I'm doing.
You can
He
do
knows.
it.
He's used to it by now.
The demo is great.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
doesn't
he's watched
spoil.
me play 6 and 8 and 10, and
he knows you.
He knows this is going to be terrible.
What did you think of 10, Kirsty?
I liked it. It was fun. Hang on, my controller's working.
We'll get
Oh dear.
It's fine. We'll
I
get it.
have a
There
backup
we
controller.
go.
It's fine. Controller device software. I think I need to update my controller, so you might have to stop for a
Well,
moment.
we do have.
We
do have. I think. Do we have B-roll footage?
Oh, do we?
Look at?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
have a look
yeah.
at
So
that.
we can have a quick. We don't have that loaded either.
We don't have that.
You're just gonna have to keep chatting then while I update my
But
controller.
it's fine because I am so full of questions.
Good. Bouphe has arrived with so many questions.
I've just got so many questions. Do you remember when? I don't know when it was, but there was like, was it like Cup of Soup or Mug Shots that had a crossover with Final Fantasy?
Oh, they
Remember that?
did. Yes, this is ringing
Vibrant.
a bell.
I like the way that that's the question that I'm.
Yeah, I was about to say,
asked.
where's
I
this
got so many
question
questions.
going?
So what about the pasta?
What do you think about cup of soup?
What do you think about cup
I
of
love
soup?
cup of soup.
Do you like cup
I
of
mean,
soup?
it is good, but it's like Final Fantasy is one of those things that's just it's permeated so much of everything that it's like they've got these really cool crossovers. And I remember that. That's really stuck in my head for some reason.
I love that. That's adorable.
I'm just looking at my other questions that we've got written down. What were your first impressions of Final Fantasy back in 1997, Lids? Did you think, whoa?
You know what?
Wow.
I thought that all their hands were hoofs because
They're like little fists.
they're
aren't
like
they?
they're little fists, and because they're little like polygon, little chunky fists, I thought that Cloud had like horse hoofs for hands. And it was a shockingly late time in my life before I realised it was meant to be fists and not hooves.
Very angular, and his
Dear.
arms are sort of
Oh.
like diamond shaped.
He
and
works
he's got
out.
squares for hands.
Oh, chunky boy.
And he's got a very prominent chest.
He can cut you with his body.
He can. I'm just looking at
Very
pictures
sharp body.
His very sharp body.
going, did you have a crush on Cloud?
Oh, of course I did. I absolutely did. I had a crush on him, and then I had a crush on Squall.
Oh, there's a person called Aerith. Is that who you meant by Ariel?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, that.
young,
right.
That's what young Lydia thought she was called for some reason.
Aerith Gainsborough.
Yeah, she's the white mage.
Oh.
Although I call
See,
it. Sorry.
I'm just looking at things now. I'm learning so much.
I'm learning.
Wow.
I call her Aries though, because for those in chat, do you remember when it first came out back in '97? She was called Aries, and then they changed it to Aerith, which is I think the Japanese way of saying it. We got Aries in the West. How do you say it? Because as a child, this is my problem, right? As a child, I would read it as Aries, and now as an adult, I still say Aries, but I think it's Eris, right? So it was Eris, but anyway, this is
I'm going to allow it.
It's pronounced Ariel.
I'm pretty sure Ariel's correct.
Yeah, I think so.
It was a mistranslation.
I've read it
I
in some
believe.
review.
Okay.
It's a very good review.
Yeah.
And I loved
What's
her.
the deal with the big sword?
Oh, the Buster Sword. I feel like Buster Sword is one of the most
What's the deal?
iconic
What's
weapons.
the deal with it?
How does he hold it above him? He looks so weedy.
He's very strong.
He's
I'm
a
pretty
strong
sure
man.
that Rosie has a Buster sword.
She has the original Buster Sword.
Yeah, she has it. And I think it's like as big as she is.
Oh my
I don't know why
goodness.
she's got it. I think she's got it. I'll have to ask her. But I'm like, I just never ask questions.
You don't
about
ask
it.
why she's got a
like,
huge 5-foot sword in her house.
She can have whatever she wants, honestly.
She's
like-
allowed. She's allowed.
What other characters are there? And
Well, I think this is why Final Fantasy VII and all the Final Fantasies really are so sort of loved as well. Is that there's so many different characters, but they all have so much depth and story, and it never feels like they're just kind of like added on like NPC followers. You know, if you do like genuinely care about them. And there's Tifa. There's a big thing whether you're Team Tifa or Team Aerith. I was Team Aerith, but I think as an adult I'm Team Tifa.
so is that like the potential love interest of Cloud, or just in general, like?
Yeah, pretty well. Yeah. So both really. They both are like heart eyes at him, but
Same way of putting it.
They're both hard eyes.
So they're both hard eyes.
Yeah, which is, I believe, the scientific way of saying it. But also, they're like the two main goals. So I think it was like a natural kind of instinct to be like, which one is your favorite? Which one do you like the most? And they're very different,
right,
in their like aesthetics and personalities. But yeah, who else is there? You've got Barrett, who's the guy who has a gun for an arm.
Oh, that's him. He's the big lad.
He's a big boy.
He's a big lad.
He's a big lad. You've got Red 13, who is the talking
red hair.
Red hair. Yeah, he's like the kind of looks like a bit like a dog. He's got red hair.
He's also a dog.
Yeah, looks a bit.
Has he got a dog?
He is a dog. Sort of looks like a dog.
He is a dog.
Yeah, sort of a dog. Looks like a dog. Who else do we have? We've got Yuffie. She's like an extra character. Or do you say Yuffie? I don't know. Yuffie. You find her like she's like I think she could be a secret character, but you would get her anyway later on. There's what's his name? Fitty McFitson, Vincent, sexy man.
Vincent Valentine.
Oh, hottie.
I remember everyone thirsting over him.
Oh,
back when I
He's
was
got Valentine in his name.
Wow, it writes itself.
So
I've got the demo working. Thank God.
I can stop talking about sexy
No,
characters.
I'm really interested about Lydia's crushes on all of these blocky characters.
I fancied all of them. I really did. Seth Roth. Oh, lovely men. Lovely, gorgeous men.
What's this cat?
Oh, Kate Sith.
This cat.
Kate Sith.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't.
Nalsy's favorite character.
Oh,
well, of course, it's Darcy's favorite character.
Of course.
Lovely big.
Oh yeah, I
man.
see Red.
Good boy.
So
I'm just
you said
looking.
earlier that Sid is a character that appears in every Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know.
Really?
Because, well, I know a Sid, right, in Final Fantasy 14. But what kind of role does Sid play in 7?
So in 7, he is a pilot. You meet him is it Juno? No, not Juno. You meet him later on in that. He basically is a guy that wants to go up into space, but he had like a failed rocket exit, takeoff, and now he's this bitter guy who's like angry at the world. Basically, he swears all the time, but it's all in like asterisks, and he's very funny.
Sure.
But,
okay.
Yeah, so he's like a kind of grumpy, annoyed old man who likes flying. Who is he in 14?
He's a grumpy old man who is very good at creating airships.
Oh!
He always has an airship for the most part.
Oh.
Generally, Sid is the
He's a
airship
mechanic.
guy.
Character.
Yeah,
right?
he's a mechanic and
He's like
usually
the
an
most.
airship
He's the
boy.
most talented mechanic in like the entire realm.
Right.
In 14.
I think I found my favorite character.
Okay.
Bugenhagen.
Yes!
Bugenhagen.
I wanted you. Is that the round man?
He's so round.
Oh, yeah.
I like his
round
name.
man. Lovely
I like
round.
his name. I'm gonna greet people by going Bugenhagen.
Bugenhagen. Who's
Read
the
this
one?
in chat. He would understand that.
Bugenhagen, Rivian.
Bugenhagen. Is it is it 12? No, 13. No, 4. No, 15. Sid is a sexy lady. She's like a
Sid,
mechanic,
yeah,
but she's
I think
sexy.
Didn't Sid was a lady in the original translation, but then they changed her name to Cindy.
Oh,
And there's
yeah,
another
yeah,
Sid
yeah.
as well. I think I might have that wrong. I've not played 15. It's an odd number. But
I love
that's
that.
A good point.
Love that.
Good point.
I think I'm the opposite of you, where I'm more likely to have played the odd-numbered ones.
Yeah.
We work with the two halves of a whole, Kirsty.
Does Mr.
Sid is
Dolphin?
Sydney's old father. Mr. Dolphin.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
Dolphin.
looking.
Who saves
There's a
the little
dolphin.
girl? Yeah, there's a dolphin.
And it's in the wiki as Mr. Dolphin,
It's
and he's got a
Mr.
happy little
Dolphin.
face, and I love him. There's Dio, Mr. Kurt's dying. I like the Sephiroth clones. It's just like a cloak. I don't
Biggs
even
and
know.
Wedge
Oh, yeah.
are also like
Oh,
Sid.
they're
that are
reoccurring, which
Yeah.
confused the
there's
hell
a-
out
There
of
is
me.
a Biggs and Wedge in 14 as well.
Yeah, there
Really
is.
excited
Yeah.
about this.
And yeah, they're...
Now that I can see that there's a dolphin and Ketchy.
Yeah, how do you say it? Kate?
Oh God, we've had
Oh,
so many
yeah.
discussions about this. Like apparently it was catchy up until a certain point where they changed it to Kate Sith. how you pronounce
Oh,
it.
really?
We did a deep dive into this
Kate-
like the other day. On
Like the
Discord.
actual folklore, I think the name is
Oh.
pronounced Ketchy, but in some iteration of 7, it was Kate Sith, and then
It's
it was
been Kate
Ketchy
Sith
again,
ever
and then it
since.
was, and then they were like, no, it is Kate Sith in 7, or something like that.
They got so much out of so few polygons.
I'm right.
back
I
then,
know,
and
right?
I'm scared of what everybody's. I mean, I'm excited what everybody's going to look like, but it's like, how can they top that?
Well, when we've got hooves for hands, where do you go? You know, you're
Where do you
already
go
at the
from hoof
ceiling.
hands?
You're already at the ceiling.
Shall we have a look?
Yes.
Let's have a
yes.
look, please. I'd love to.
Although the Cid just said, Cid in Final Fantasy VII is 32 years old, and Lydia calls him an old man. That is
Well, it's the
so
same in
depressing.
14. He's in his 30s,
He's
and he's got like grey
32.
hair and a big beard, and it's like he's so old.
I'm
not fair.
sorry to inform you that it is old.
It's old?
It's
no.
really old.
Shit.
No.
I'm 31 tomorrow. When am I going to get my grey beard?
Happy birthday, Kirsty!
I have another half a year of not being old. Thank God.
Oh, you young'uns. You sweet
You young'uns.
You don't know you're born.
I like there's also old guy in like it's like old guy and it's just this big fat man.
Who is?
It's like, who are you? What are you
I
doing?
need to know who that is.
Let
Old
me-
guy.
Old guy. Right?
FF
I'm just
7.
It was very important character.
Oh.
Who is he? What does he do? And who's Mucky? He's got a mustache. Mucky. Choco Bill. Does he run the Chocobo farm?
Yeah, Choco Bill.
Wow.
Oh, he lives. Oh, that guy. Old man lives in the cave. I remember him. He keeps the records.
I'm just looking
very
at
polite.
these guys. Wizard, he is fantastic. The wizard is great. The EDK, he looks fun. He's a dragon.
He's a dragon.
He's a dragon.
Good for
Chocobo
him.
Sage, what a boy.
What a big fat
What a
boy.
guy.
What a guy.
What a big
Let's
fat lad.
take a peep at this demo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is all ready to go. So whenever you would like to have a look. Not yet. There we go. Yes, it's unmuted. Oh, hang on a moment. Let me just Got it. But it's a little bit crunchy. I could readjust the sound for you, TJ. Let me just quickly do it before you change scene. A little bit crunchy in my ears.
Just make me want to replay. Because I just wait.
Okay.
Well,
Play Remake.
nothing's stopping you, Liz.
But it's the backlog of all the games I haven't played, and going back to play a game I've played like freaking 10 times. But
Okay.
I haven't played
Nopo,
this.
Select
Oh,
difficulty.
that's me.
Oh, here we go.
The intro screen.
Normal. Active. So the classic combat is where like it sort of builds up to moves. It's sort of semi-turn based, right? That's what Rythian was telling me. Let me know if you need me to turn it up at all.
Oh, I can't hear it. Oh, thank you, Tej. So this is kicking off right at the end of Remake, at the end of Midgar, where they're escaping
really
there
the
he
ship
is.
building.
I'm really looking out for hands to see if there's
My
any
boy.
hooves.
They've probably got fingers by now.
No.
They should have kept the hooves.
They've evolved.
Oh.
Very cool.
God, what a man.
Seeing as we've got the time, want to tell the rest of us about you and your buddy Sephiroth?
Sure. If Tifa doesn't mind.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, I've got double game audio now. I'm gonna have to turn you down. I might not be able to hear Lydia though. Sorry.
That's all right. Not saying anything important.
There was hardly any work for soldiers back then. And what little there was boring as hell.
Is it loud enough? I can turn it up.
Oh, yeah, I can hear it.
I can hear
Yeah.
The job of a lifetime came. A mission with Sephiroth. I couldn't believe my luck.
Does Cloud sound like you expected him to, Lydia? Like in your head, when you were
When I was voicing him, I sounded
when you
like
were
this.
voicing him. Yeah,
This is exactly what Lydia sounded like.
Better? I'm good. Sure don't look it. Wish I could help, but never been motion sick. Sorry, man.
Very
Ready
smooth,
to do
aren't they?
this?
Yes, you bet.
This is so like cool. Like for someone who played it on the PlayStation in '97 to see this must just be like absolutely mind blowing.
And this
I
is
think I would have been crying as well.
Yeah, this is like absolutely like like the scene when Cloud is getting impatient. He starts with his little polygons doing this. So like they've absolutely recreated it perfectly.
That's brilliant.
Because if it's another one of those Turks gigs, you can let me off right here.
Really?
Finally make first. What do they do? Call a ceasefire with Wu-Tai. Stealing my shot at glory. I didn't join Soldier to be an errand boy. I joined up so I could be a hero, like you.
Well,
a hero.
Is to serve the
He's a
So
hero.
yeah, at this
He's
point,
a good boy.
He's a hero. So we've gone back in time.
Those Turks gigs.
It's like a flashback.
Um,
Fine. Job's a job, I guess. Where is it?
Nibelheim.
Nibelheim? That's where I grew up.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to fight.
Got some fiends at R12.
You can do it. When I was a kid, I thought Sephiroth was like 50 or 60 because he had grey hair. I did not understand that he's like 22 or something in this.
Oh,
you can go grey at 22. Though.
True.
What?
He's rocking it. He looks great. I'll try my best, Sephiroth.
Look at those big
I'll take the other.
balls. Oh.
One shot. Holy shit.
This in the original, this was so cool because you could control Sephiroth in the battle, and he was just like insanely overpowered. And little
cool.
Cloud was doing like 10 damage or whatever, and Sephiroth is doing like 3,000 with like every hit. It was so cool.
Oh, here we go. Okay, square.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
See ya.
See ya. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
What a flourish.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful, mate. I feel the same, Rydian.
He was in a different league from the rest of us.
He was so incredibly sexy.
He was so fit.
How did he get his hair like that? It's so nice.
So does his roots.
Nibelheim. That's where they built the first reactor. Right?
Yeah. It all started in the fall. Something was wrong with the reactor, and the whole village was up in arms. Talk of strange new monsters on the mountain only made things worse. People were scared, desperate.
The villagers tried to take care of the monsters themselves, but it was no good. Ended up calling Shinra. So the company sent help. Best they had.
Okay, I recognize this.
We're in Calm. Oh no, we're in Nibelheim. No, sorry. We are in Calm. This is a flashback to Nibelheim. So I'm being very confusing right now. Sorry.
We were in Calm for that bit. Okay.
Yeah. And now we're in the
So they're
flashback.
talking about Nibelheim.
Yeah.
Nibelheim.
Nibble. Yummy.
Nibble.
Tell me, how does it feel? I have no home, so I wouldn't know.
Oh god, don't mention his parents.
Don't talk about his mum.
Don't do it. Oh no.
No.
A mother named Genova. She died shortly after I was born. My father.
Whoa there. Genova? Like from the Shinra building?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm getting to
Why am I talking about
Cloud's such a baby.
Little baby face.
Look at his big eyes. It's just a whore.
He's like he's got that app on, you know, where it's like, this is what you look like as a
baby
kid.
face.
Baby face.
I didn't keep you waiting. I'm Xander.
I love this guy.
Amazing, lovely beard.
This is my favorite character.
Welcome you to our humble little town. Please, if you'll follow me.
A friendly man.
Lovely man.
Friendly guy. I'm sure nothing bad will ever happen.
Oh, nothing.
Consider yourself off duty till sundown.
Duty.
Duty. I'm off duty.
Duty.
Press button to open the main menu. From here, you can view your party stats. Just various things. Okay. Thank you. Use circle to roll forward or jump over certain terrain. Okay. Roll. I can Dark Souls.
How do you
Can
roll
I-
with a massive blade like that on your
Can I
back?
talk?
Yeah.
Doing great.
I would end
Like
up
this.
beheading myself.
Everyone's yelling at him, going, "What are you
Yes.
doing?"
This is so cool.
Oh, it's playing
Stop
anxious
killing
heart.
those people with your sword.
No, they're fine.
The kids were ducking out the way. Ah!
Terrain action. Oh,
This is
This
one. This
loot.
is one of my favorite songs from the
yeah, I really like this. one
Anxious
too.
Heart. It's so
I got a
pretty.
potion, a mega potion.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Whee!
You're just taking things.
I'm I'm in
Woo!
jail. I'm in jail.
That's what you deserve to
Good.
be, you thief.
Oh god.
Oh, because so you see, actually, this is a good way of showing. You see those like glowing things on the back of his sword, Bouphe?
Oh yeah, the materia.
Yeah, so that's his materia.
I see.
So they insert it into their weapons and it gives them like that power.
Can I like whip out my sword? I don't think I can. Can I?
Not in
Probably
front of
not.
the children.
Magic. I can show you magic.
Yay.
How do I? Hang on.
Set them on fire.
I have cure. I can't cast it. You don't get to see magic. Sorry.
No.
Goodbye,
Unbelievable.
children.
I like their clothes. Can you talk to them or are they like not
I don't know if
chatty
I can.
boys?
Oh, there is a dog. Hello.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Hello,
Oh my god. I don't think I can.
Look
pet
at
the dog.
you, a man.
Very nice.
Hello, man. I'm looking at the doggy.
Don't care about you, man. I see a doggy.
That dog is just moonwalking.
Oh, this doggy found some loot.
And chickens?
Chimkins.
Another potion. Lovely. Oh my god, look at the doggy.
With a
I
Rottweiler.
love him.
Oh, gorgeous boy.
Are you going to see your mother yet? I should probably do that.
Go see
I'm,
your
I'm
mama.
busy looting.
I'm so busy.
Come
Looking
here,
at
so
doggy
busy.
deal.
So, I may have been here. I cannot remember. But I don't really know where I'm supposed to go, so I'm just going to explore a bit. I know this is the little tower that you sit on in the flashback with Tifa, right?
Yes, yes, with the night sky and all the stars. It's so pretty.
Oh,
I
the old water tower. View your current position on the map.
correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I think I might be wrong. In the original, do you actually? No, you do. I'm trying to think. Do you actually explore Nibelheim, or is it all told in flashback?
So how did it feel being
I
back?
can't remember.
I don't know. Nostalgic? I
You get to run around a little bit.
After 2
Okay,
years
yeah, yeah.
away and all that.
Oh yeah, because I remember going to talk to your mum and stuff. Okay, yeah. But you can't climb on the water tower. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
It's like a yeah. You see your mum and you have a little wander.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, is that Keith?
Yeah, it's Keith.
Oh, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
What a boy.
Look at the. Oh, it's a good boy.
Can I just jump off? I can. Excellent.
Oh.
Right.
Ah.
Hello.
Oh my God, where would that sword go with that landing?
You went to my place?
Don't-
Yeah, I
Don't
did.
think about it too much.
Oh.
Playing.
I figured
You want to
might
play
be
Final
there.
Fantasy?
Yes, of course. Now it's all coming. It's all coming back to me.
It's all coming
Yes,
back.
you go wander around the house and you play on the piano and everything, and then you can hear.
the piano.
Yes.
I saw like a screenshot of someone playing on the piano, and I was like, oh my god, I just want to play just for the piano. I'll sit there for hours. All right, I have to find it.
Go play the
That's
piano.
it. And then you have the little.
I really like the world that is. It's like, oh, I can't imagine how cool it is. Like having played games back in 1997, to see something like this and be like, oh my god, it is so much better than I could have imagined.
Yeah.
Well, we could get to put in the Discord a picture of what Nibelheim.
I'm gonna find.
Yeah, have a look at what it looked like on the original.
I'm hunting
The
for the
lootable
piano.
chest.
But yet now I'm.
Sorry, it wasn't a piano, so I
It's
ignored
over
it.
there.
Oh, I see it. It's
You
on the
see it,
map.
yeah,
Okay, there is a chest.
And then Tifa's like, "You played the piano," and like she keeps, yes, it's the memories, the flood
God, Ether.
back into my conscious.
Delicious.
Yum yum yum.
Can I have a look at this, Keith?
All right, here we go.
That's where I'm from. I'm finding pictures now.
I went into your room.
went-
I needed to play the
It's-
piano,
yes.
and then I looked in your wardrobe, Tifa.
To be fair,
Yes.
it was pretty good back then.
Yes.
Went through my stuff?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes.
I'm looking for
Yes.
Yes.
piano, but then I noticed it's behind me.
Just having a peek.
Piano-
I was just going
I'm
through the
just looking
cupboard to
for-
find.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking for the piano in the
The cupboard.
wardrobe. Oh, it's here.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, look! I love her interior design. It's very
Inspect piano
nice.
encounter to start tickling
Mr.
the
Dolphin.
ivories.
Mr. Dolphin.
Okay,
Yeah, I
come on.
did.
Did you actually
Went to town on it.
Show us what you got.
All right, let's go.
Oh, do you remember being a kid and trying to play actual songs, like sitting there for ages, like knock 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 knock.
DL key.
Okay, right. Select a piece you would like to perform. Tilt R and L in time with the notes. Striking
Ooh.
up in center. Okay.
I'm excited.
This
My
is
God,
amazing.
this is
They only have
advanced.
Tifa's theme. So let's try it.
This is so cool.
Is it now a rhythm game?
Yeah.
What?
That's why I wanted to play the
Survive.
piano.
Okay.
So I need to. I missed. I did it. It's not very good at the piano.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
It's so good.
Bam.
Yay.
Wow.
The. Yay.
Ah!
Oh God.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh, it
I'm
gets
kinda doing it.
fiddly.
Come on, you're doing it.
Oh.
Kinda.
Nailing it.
I'm missing the chords.
Who needs chords?
Whoops.
The first thing they teach you when you're playing piano is you can just focus on one hand to start with.
Ooh.
I went to town on the piano, Tifa. I'm so good at piano.
Can you play the piano? Yeah, I can
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, I'm great.
Can't play the piano. Never said I was any good at it.
Oh.
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 The chords.
Oh, when the beat
are
drops.
Just in the wind right now. The beat drops. Fuck.
Oh. Beautiful, Kirsty.
Oh, here we go.
I got a chord. Yay!
Woo!
Oh, wow.
I'm kind of doing it.
Yeah!
Yeah?
You getting it?
Beautiful.
You're beautiful, honestly.
That was so good.
We got some claps in the chat.
beautiful.
Oh, my
It's only a
God.
C rank. I'm going to be putting this up
Oh.
after the stream and getting an A rank.
Yes.
Of course. I'm going to be doing it all night.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I need the one song. This has just sold the entire game to me. Put in a rhythm game, I'm in.
I love that they've like fleshed this out. and done like a proper game of it.
Yeah, that's
so
really
good.
cool. Like, there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff. I guess this is the thing. From the original, they've gone like, let's go for it. Let's make
this
do that.
really, yeah. Look, and I'm going to be a big nerd, okay? I love that the way they've decorated her room because it's got her hat that she wears up on the wall and the little poster for the chocobo, and her bag with the brooch is also hanging up in her room. I just love the little details.
Let me go and double check it. I'll have to look in the wardrobe again.
I'm gonna look at her pants.
You went and looked in my stuff again?
Yeah, but I couldn't stop chocobo racing.
Like
Steps
that's
to
the hat
greatness.
she wears. It's like the little cowboy kind of hat. And the cowboy returns the summer
cowboy hat.
festival because
Coffee, buy 2, get 1 free.
Yeah.
Best coffee.
Beer.
Loves coffee.
So I'm noticing that a lot of these like names of these areas are kind of Nordic. Nibelheim, Midgar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they are, aren't they?
Oh my god, is that a Moogle? She's got a little Moogle. It's kind of a Moogle. It's like a koala Moogle.
Yeah, because there aren't Moogles in 7, are there? 7 does, I don't think 7 has
Yeah,
Moogles.
no, I suppose. Does it not? Like, not at all?
I'm trying to think. Does it? I don't know if it does. Will you go to the desk which has
it has the story in the gold saucer. There's the gold saucer game
Oh,
with the
there's
Moogles that fall in love.
There's the gold saucer game, that's it.
Yeah. I knew that because I watched Rebirth play.
Yes.
I have not done that myself.
Well, Kirsty, will you do one thing for me? Sorry.
Yes. Sorry, do you want to check the desk?
Yeah, will you do that?
Yeah. I'm going up.
Sorry, I think I'm seeing
Sorry,
a
I heard you say
delayed
desk.
There's a
thing.
small delay.
There is a
that's
small
fine.
delay. Yeah. Okay, desk. What did you want me to look for?
So it's if you go. Yeah, I just wanted to see if is that the picture. I was trying to work out what that picture is. That them sitting on the thing. Sorry, I can do all this when I play it.
The little blue one?
Yeah,
The blue one looks like the ocean or something. I don't think I can zoom in.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
That's okay.
I'm excited.
Can I look out the window?
Look out the window.
Look out the window. Oh wait, he's got my
It's beautiful. What
What
of
is it
you?
supposed to say? Oh no, I'm playing the piano again.
Oh.
Make a splash
Oh.
on your vacation, it says.
That's Mr. Dolphin, is it? I think that's,
Oh,
I
is
think
that
that's
Mr.
referring
Dolphin?
to Mr. Dolphin.
Oh my god, Bouphe's favourite.
Yeah.
I love him. He's my favourite character.
Lovely man.
There's loot in the kitchen. Alright, I'm gonna go raid the kitchen. You raided my kitchen too, Cloud?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was great.
I couldn't
I
stop
got
myself.
some buns.
I was wearing your pants. And Kate Sith rides a
There's
Moogle.
cat food.
Yes, but it's like a weird Moogle. It's not like a, the traditional kind of Moogle. Where?
No.
Cat?
Cat.
Yeah.
Remember my cat?
She was
No,
always
Fluffy.
disappearing. And that
Okay, we have
day
to find
was no
Fluffy.
different.
Find Fluffy.
Show me
You
the
mean
cat.
that day was no different? Okay, this is our quest.
Show me the Fluffy.
The quest is to find Fluffy.
Yes.
Oh my god, look at this cat tree though.
It
Oh,
is
I've got one of
spectacular.
those.
Damn.
It's a big
O's
old
got
cat
one
tree.
for O's got one for Leroy, but he's too fat to climb it.
Oh.
He looks at it.
Shush.
And Chonky didn't gonna climb it either.
The clue's in the name. Chonky can't
The
get
name
up
is
there.
Chonky. She needs something more robust.
Just tears the whole house down
Oh.
with a...
Something's
Ooh.
happening. There's a ruckus.
Calm down.
Oh, they want to
Fluffy
see
will
Sephiroth.
turn up.
Where is Fluffy?
I want to see Fluffy.
We want Fluffy. I think the
Gonna
entire
want
card is there for
Fluffy.
Fluffy, not really.
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
Sephiroth,
They're
you
looking
know?
for Fluffy. Let Sephiroth discuss the matter. Okay, that's fine. I'm looking for Fluffy.
Right.
That's fine. I don't care about him right now.
Sephiroth? Who
Where
cares?
is Fluffy?
though. Whose house is this? We also need to find
Oh,
our
Mama.
house. Oh, here we go.
No, we just need to find Fluffy.
Not that it matters. Sure it does. I know I want to hear what happened.
Me too.
Maybe Fluffy's next door.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, fine.
Fluffy better be in there.
I hope so.
Strive for resident.
The houses here are lovely.
They are. They're very nice.
I left for Midgar.
Wouldn't mind living there.
She was on her own. It was the first time we'd seen each other in 2 years.
Oh.
First time. And last.
No.
I'll be right there. You?
Hey.
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 Come in.
Got any food?
Thanks.
Is Fluffy in here?
Can you do my laundry?
My. So that's what they've got you wearing, huh? You soldiers sure do clean up nice.
Oh.
I've never been so proud.
Huh?
The man you've become. Women must be hounding you day and night.
Oh.
Not really.
Smooth on.
You know, there's all kinds of temptations in the big city. I'd feel a lot better if I knew you'd found a good girl. One who'd make sure you didn't get into trouble.
I can take care of myself.
An older, more
He
mature
boots off the
girl.
bed.
Such a broody
You're being
teenager,
a
isn't
silly
he?
I'll tell you when
goose.
you're being a silly goose.
Oh.
Oh.
That's the perfect type for you, I'd say.
Cloud, you're being such a silly goose. Rein it in.
Okay, please take your boots off.
Take your boots off. You're bringing germs in.
I'm really upset.
But you know, Cloud. Wouldn't you agree, Cloud? You're my son. Of course, I'll always be.
Okay, that's enough.
Fluffy wasn't in there.
No, just tragic, just memories, trauma,
Just trauma.
childhood trauma.
We were, but it's
Fluffy in here.
We had our
Fluffy!
Fluffy!
Fluffy?
Can buy stuff in my flashback.
Bet most of them had.
Mom, have you seen Fluffy?
Here, I see. Thank you for coming.
Shinra.
Oh, whoops. I didn't recognize you, Cloud.
All right.
Oh, you've grown.
Everyone's fangirling over Sephiroth. But they're not worried
Yeah.
about Fluffy being missing.
The true issue at hand.
Fluffy also probably has lovely, long, beautiful hair.
Oh my god, true.
Yes, with a name like that, it'd be
Yeah,
ridiculous for her
how
not
can
to.
you not? Yeah.
Clues in the name: Chonky, Fluffy.
Chonky, Fluffy,
Cloud?
Chocolombo.
Chocolombo.
How about a taste of home before you go?
Oh, nice sandwich.
Oh, I want that sandwich.
Damn.
Something.
I haven't had my
That's some
dinner.
good
I
sandwich.
do
What did
want
the
one
sandwich
right
look
now.
like in the first game?
I don't think that sandwich existed. I think
I
that's
get
a
it?
new sandwich. Did you see the egg?
Oh.
It looked
Oh my god.
nice.
Room to grow, you know. You remember these pork sandwiches, don't
Oh.
you?
What?
Endless
How many sandwiches can I eat?
Just keep eating sandwiches.
Snacks on a play day before.
Is it like
Did you go on any play
what
dates?
game was it where you just kept eating things and then you threw up? Just ate and ate and ate, and then you were sick. I can't remember what game I'm thinking of, but it was something like this.
It sounds familiar.
Is
he having another one?
Yeah, third time. Can we have a fourth?
Oh
Trying
my
for
god,
a
it was
fourth.
Would not
GTA.
have
It was,
room for
Oh,
salad
it was
tonight.
GTA,
Keeps
yeah.
changing it.
He's going to be very bloated.
Very
be a very
stuffed.
bloated
Don't give me any
memory.
more sandwiches.
Oh,
Craig. Is this guy on the phone?
Just crazy to think that Sephiroth
Yeah.
Wait, what do you have?
Look, cheeky little iPhone or something.
Yeah,
What's he got?
smartphone.
Taking pictures.
Sephiroth's at the end. I tried to sneak a shot of him, but my hands were
Have
shaking.
you seen Fluffy though?
Yeah. No one seems to care about Fluffy. This
No
is
one
weird.
cares about
It's kind of
Fluffy.
ruining my immersion.
Yeah, I'm so upset about Fluffy being missing.
Fluffy's in there talking with Sephiroth.
Fluffy's the mayor.
There's Fluffy the mayor. Yeah.
Fluffy!
Oh, baby.
Fluffy!
Is this why the demo is 2 hours? Because you just run around looking for Fluffy
Yeah.
for 2
It
hours?
takes a long time to find Fluffy.
Playing the
But he's
piano.
here, yeah. Is there any? I have been in here. I'm looking for sandwiches and Fluffy.
Sandwiches and Fluffy. That's the main important thing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, I worked out with everyone. Yeah. We're gonna do some yoga.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Really, really exercise my jawline.
If you're feeling a bit
Oh, I want a yoga mini game.
weak legs betray a weak mind. Ever since we heard a survey team
Does it say Zangasai? Is that Fluffy? Well,
Fluffy might be here.
Wait, there's so many.
cats.
Which one is
many
Fluffy?
cats.
Which one?
Okay,
I
let's
feel
have a
like
look.
it might be this one, but they're having a lovely time.
I think it's the white one in the middle. That looks to be the most
Kind of,
fluffy
they
of
are
all
the
the cats.
fluffiest. At least they're safe. Oh my god, look at this baby.
Man, show us to Nilesy and he's just gonna freak. This is gonna.
Niles
he's in.
is going to be the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth top number one fan.
No, he's only gonna play to this part and then
Yeah.
just hang out here the entire time.
Great, it's so good.
Oh, I like that one. It looks like Nambo.
Not looking down from there, son.
That has to be fluffy, the middle one.
Yeah,
Has to
that's
be.
got to be fluffy, right?
I would say so.
We need Tifa to be
I
like,
like that
and
they
then
all
you
hang
found
out.
Fluffy.
Unless it's one of those, ironic nicknames where they're just, it's one of the
They're
naked cats.
completely naked.
Tell us.
Well,
Yeah.
if that's the case, then they're right here.
Yeah, it's that one. It's either that one.
it's naked.
Nudie
It's
boy.
either that one or it's the middle one.
You naked little man.
Put
Put a
some clothes
jacket on.
It's embarrassing.
Get him a blanket.
Disgusting. Horrible.
I'm so
Horrible
glad
little
Fluffy
man.
is safe.
Oh,
I like that they're all hanging.
no, I love them. I forgot there's loads of cats in the first one as well, in the first part. In the slums.
So in the original, is there cats? Because would they be just cubes? I want to
think. Are there cube cats? I
It's a
can't
lovely
rem-
cube.
can't remember.
Cubes with ears.
I remember cats in 9, but I don't know. Chat. Where I can't remember. Where were the cats in the original? Little cube boys with ham
Oh, I think
hands.
Sephiroth's done. Now we found Fluffy. We can continue
Yeah,
with the story.
Fluffy, I'm telling you, Fluffy was the quest.
He's the bit that you've got to.
Thank you.
You got to use that to progress in the story.
Let's talk to the mayor. Hello.
Ooh, I love him.
Where he has to walk with that
I need
sword.
I know it's huge.
So, what are your first impressions of the demo?
I want to
up
play
to
the
this
piano
point?
mini game for several hours straight.
Yeah.
Right.
That just does it for me.
it
That's a bit
looks
of me. That
very pretty.
Everyone is such a Sephiroth fanboy.
He was like, I guess,
no,
he's a
I-
hero
I
at this
just love
point.
Yeah, Sephiroth was a good boy.
Before he got cancelled. And no one liked him anymore.
Sephiroth got cancelled.
I do really like this though. I definitely want to play more of this for sure.
The style of it is something that I'm finding a lot more accessible as
Yeah.
well. Like just the
Yeah.
style of it is intriguing and it draws me in. Like it's like
Very
oh,
pretty.
It's gorgeous. I cannot wait to play this. It's just nuts because in the OG one, this bit is like just a tiny little section. Yet
Sure.
with this game, you can explore every nook and cranny of this tiny village, talk to loads of people. Like it's so
I mean, we got
fleshed
introduced to the
out.
main character, Fluffy.
We got
Exactly.
Fluffy one in the
My
OG.
God.
This doggy's here too.
It's just
Fluffy
like
Fantasy 7.
Fluffy Fantasy 7.
I want to free these babies. That's my
Free
next
the
quest.
babies.
Why are they in cages?
Free
Yeah.
them.
Free
They're in
them.
jail.
What crimes
bad.
have they committed?
They stole all the sandwiches. That's why she hadn't had got enough sandwiches to give to Cloud.
They interrupted the peace for the kiddies.
Oh,
Oh, and I can talk to this guy.
you're welcome. But yeah, it's
Oh.
if for like a Final Fantasy little fango, it's
Maybe a
just amazing watching it.
Yeah.
Girlfriend.
It'll maybe a girlfriend. Yeah, no, this is so cool. Like, I'm kind of jealous of like just the idea of like one of your favorite retro RPGs like being remade to this, like with this much
This
care. And it looks so
detail.
gorgeous. I'm like, remake all of my favorites, please.
I want them to do this with all of the Final Fantasies. Like that's the dream. If they did this with
Yeah.
9, oh
They
my
might.
god.
A lot, like if they did like 3D versions of like the original sort of pixel ones as well. God, that would just be insane. Like when 4 was released, a 3D version for the DS.
Yes.
and that's as close as we've got.
Yes, the little like chibi 3D ones.
Yeah.
So, what are you hoping from Rebirth as somebody who's played it before and somebody who's played the Final Fantasy games before? and someone who hasn't played any, what would your hopes be from Rebirth? Let's
Okay,
kick off.
I'll kick off. I mean, so as someone who's played the remaster, as in the part before this, the quality of that was so high. The detail, just like the caliber of the game, it was so beautifully, exquisitely made that I'm just hoping for just a seamless continuation of that. I'm excited to see. What's he doing?
There's a strong man grasping me right now.
Oh,
I like it. Thanks, Zangan.
Oh, yeah, Mum. I'm excited to see
the. You need to bulk up, Kirsty. Come on.
God, look at those arms. I'm excited to see the fire cutscene. I'm excited to see very integral moments brought to life on the PlayStation 5. So yeah, I'm buzzing. How about you guys?
Zylus, what are you hoping for? What are you looking forward to?
I'm not so much hoping for anything because it's like my first experience, right? I think I'm just kind of excited to dive into something that's for me new, rather than revisiting something that I'm already familiar with. You know?
Yeah. And
For sure.
I think same for me. Like, I'm approaching it in a sense of it's similar to the RPGs that I've played much more of, as opposed to like the JRPGs of the way back when.
It feels more like the RPGs that you and I played when we were younger, rather than yeah.
So I'm quite excited that it's like they've rehashed it into a different way while still being Final Fantasy, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
Kirsty's hoping to play
Sorry,
this.
I found him.
Yeah.
Kirsty,
Oh,
Kirsty can't stop.
I can't stop. I just want to play more of it. I don't know what I hope for, but I just know that I am excited to play it.
yeah.
Yeah. And Sephiroth's there. Oh no. His lips are looking a little blue. He must be cold.
Oh, chilly boy.
He's a chilly boy. He's
I'll
it's like
have
his
his hands
exposed
and warm him up.
chest. That's what it is. Get him a coat.
He just needs
And a scarf.
me to do this. Come on. Warm me
Warm him
up.
up.
Get a cup of tea.
Warm that man up.
Tea. Little biscuit tea.
Oh yeah.
Oh, lovely.
I don't know how to get out.
How do I open doors?
I just stand here all night.
I tried, but I
We've got a nice earring.
Handsome.
was too excited.
Of course, Square Enix did Chrono Trigger as well. Did you play Chrono Trigger, Bouphe?
I've played a bit of Chrono Trigger, yeah.
Chrono Trigger was
I love the soundtrack.
so good. Oh, do 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 do. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
And I agree.
Yeah, agrees.
I'm just invested now.
I can tell. I
I'm
can
just sitting
tell.
here playing the game. But I agree, Chrono Trigger soundtrack is very good. I've never played it, but I really like the soundtrack.
It's really good.
I've played. I'm looking at the games that Square Enix have done.
Yes,
I'm just looking.
Lovely mustache.
Oh, it's Tifa's
Wonderful.
dad. Oh my god.
He walks with. Oh.
You can still back out.
Oh, she beauty.
You don't have to do this.
I'm going, and that's that. There'll be 2 soldiers with me. I'll be fine.
She's so fit.
Good morning, sir. I'll be your
Imagine turning up in a cowboy outfit and going, "Yep, hello,
Hello, everybody. Hello, boys.
anyone around
All right,
here.
lads."
I'm the best there is.
You could get hurt.
Who's that? What's that man doing in the background? Whoa.
Come on.
Oh,
Bit
they're doing
yoga.
yoga. Ah.
Oh, he's so cool.
Not today.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
today.
not today. I wonder if he wears extensions. Got little clip-ins.
I mean, obviously.
You can't grow hair that long, naturally.
It's just one photo. Come on. Where's the harm in that?
We played Secret of Mana, didn't we?
We
Lydia?
did. We did on
So
stream.
That was another one that we did.
Yes. That was good.
It was good.
Good.
Oh, we're getting a cute little picture.
Oh, yay. The little
Soy
memory
choice.
picture.
Yeah. I
One more, he just walks off. Nope. Bye. See ya. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, not.
I was looking forward to breathing that crisp, clean mountain air.
Oh God, I forgot. Yeah, the story. Damn.
I think I might remember doing this bit in the original. Maybe.
You can sprint.
Sprinting? Oh my goodness. Do we have any time left to do any more?
I think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
If you want to find out what happens up there, then you
Play
have
it
to
yourself.
Play yourself.
You can download the demo now. It's a nice, juicy demo. It's about, anywhere from like an hour to 2 hours.
Oh, I can swing my sword now.
Oh, swing it round. The game itself is coming out on the 29th of February.
Because it's a leap year. That's so
year.
special.
Oh, it's a leap year. It's
Yeah.
available on PlayStation 5. This stream was sponsored by Square Enix. Thank you so much, Square Enix, for sponsoring us
There's a
today.
link.
Thank you so much.
There's a link in the chat if you want to check it out for yourselves and read some more about it. Download the demo and stuff. We'd appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think. And we hope you guys enjoy it and have a good time.
I'm sure Lydia will stream it if nobody else does. So she's definitely going to be playing it, so she won't shut up about it.
Yay!
I think me and Zylus we're sort of like, we kind of want to play it to ourselves.
I'll be streaming the piano mini game.
Just constantly. She's going to get that so good.
Perfect.
She's going to get that down.
She's going to nail it. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you very soon. See
Thank
ya.
you so much,
Thank
everyone.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.
See you. Nazi and Pedguin.
Fucking Sleepy Duncan, hello.
Okay, great. It's good to hear from the team.
I'm taking you over a most romantic bridge. This is apparently where the most Bristolians make out on this bridge.
Really?
Yeah. Just take it all in, Tom.
Okay.
Just enjoy the moment, Let the wind through your hair. Are you hungry?
I could eat.
Okay.
I'd probably take your cake with you. Come on, Wheel Boy!
Now Tom's caught. He's getting zapped. Thundergod's Wrath goes down. Oh, but the one charge is keep Nature's Prophet. Great shape. Nice jump, Alistair, over the river. Love to see it. Love to see
Nice
it.
jump,
That
Alistair.
was lovely.
That was spiffy.
But it's so
nice
short.
jump,
it's so
Alistair.
Short. What? I'm Lewis the PE teacher. Oh.